Welcome back to our channel, tech enthusiasts. Today we're diving deep into the world of budget-friendly smartphones. Yep, you heard it right. We're talking top-notch gadgets that won't break the bank, all under $300. Check the description below for the links to all the gems we're about to unveil. Let's get into it. OnePlus, the brand that dares to defy the price tags of those swanky iPhones and Galaxies. The Nord N20 5G is no exception. It's a phone that whispers sweet nothings to your budget while winking at your daily needs. First up, let's talk about battery life. This device offers a strong battery life, which will have you scrolling, texting, and swiping for a good 11 hours or so. What's that? You like Netflix binges or endless TikTok scrolls? This phone won't judge. It's here for the long haul. And how could we ignore the 6.4-inch AMOLED display? In layman's terms, it's like going to an art gallery, but the art comes to you. We're talking rich colors and deep blacks that'll make you question how you ever lived with that dull screen you used to call a smartphone. Now you might be thinking, what's the catch? Well, there's a newer model, the Nord N30. But trust me, the N20 still brings a lot to the table, especially if you're looking for a deal. Speaking of deals, if you find this phone at a discounted rate from its original $299 cost, well, let's just say you've hit the smartphone jackpot. Alright folks, if you've been pining for a little international flair, look no further. Meet the POCO M4 Pro, a phone that's the Cinderella of budget smartphones. Once you get it into the US, it'll dazzle you. This bad boy debuted in Europe and is basically the global variant of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11S with a little design sprinkle on top. The 6.43-inch FHD plus 90Hz display will make you wonder why you ever settled for those sluggish 60Hz screens that other budget phones are sporting. Internally, the phone is packed with a MediaTek Helio G96 chipset and can host up to a beefy 8 GB of RAM. I mean, at this point, it's practically flexing on other budget phones. And get this, it comes with both a headphone jack and a micro SD card slot. What's not to love? But wait, there's more. On the camera front, we've got a triple setup that includes a 64 megapixels main camera. You can channel your inner photographer and maybe even capture the blurry Bigfoot while you're at it. However, the cherry on top is the 5,000 milliamps battery with 33 watts fast charging. Honestly, the POCO M4 Pro is like the Swiss Army knife of budget phones. The only hiccup? It's not officially available in the US, but hey, that's what friends traveling abroad are for, right? You know how they say good things come in small packages? Well, the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G is kind of like that. Except the package isn't that small. It's a full-fledged smartphone. Now you might be thinking, Samsung, on a budget? Trust me, Samsung didn't skimp on the essentials here. First, let's talk about the Exynos 1330 chipset. You won't be winning any speed races against the flagship phones. But for day-to-day tasks, this chip is your trusty steed. What I really admire about the Galaxy A14 5G is its battery life. With a 5,000 milliamps battery, this phone is like that friend who's always there for you, through binge-watching episodes or back-to-back Zoom meetings. It promises to stick around for a good 2 days with moderate use. The camera might not be the star of the show, but hey, it's still good enough for those Instagram-worthy shots. Remember, the best camera is the one you have with you, and with the A14 you'll have a decent one indeed. Plus, this phone ships with One UI 5.1 based on Android 13, and is expected to receive 2 major Android OS updates and up to 4 years of security updates. How's that for longevity? Alright, let's say you're the type of person who's like, battery life, show me the money. Well, the TCL30V 5G heard you, and it's here to serve. This phone is specifically designed for those of you who want to keep going and going, kind of like the Energizer Bunny but in smartphone form. One of its standout features is its compatibility with Verizon's faster C-band 5G network. Imagine you're trying to stream the big game or catch the latest episode of your favorite show. You'll be glad for the speedier and more reliable connection. It's one of those things you never knew you needed until you have it. In terms of processing muscle, the TCL30V 5G isn't going to outlift an Olympian, but it will certainly get you through your daily digital life. And as for the camera, well, it's not going to replace your DSLR, but it will do a decent job for those spur-of-the-moment snaps. It may not excel in every single category, but sometimes good enough is, well, good enough, especially when your main focus is getting the most bang for your buck. So there you have it, 2 more options for those looking for quality without having to donate an arm and a leg to the smartphone gods. Stay with us as we explore the top 2 contenders in the sub-$300 league. Let's talk about a phone that's a true overachiever in the budget world, Samsung Galaxy A23 5G. Now, you might be familiar with Samsung's Galaxy S or Note series, but let's not sleep on the A series, especially this particular model. With a price tag that's less than $300, this is a phone that punches well above its weight class. First off, the display. Samsung graces us with a 6.6-inch FHD plus Infinity V LCD that supports a 120 Hz refresh rate. This is pretty much unheard of in this price range. So whether you're scrolling through TikTok or gaming, your screen is smooth as butter. Under the hood, it's packing a Snapdragon 695 SoC, teamed up with up to 6 GB of RAM. The base storage is at 64 GB, which might seem like an appetizer. But guess what? You can expand it up to a whole terabyte via a micro SD card. That's like going from a studio apartment to a mansion. On the battery side, we're looking at a hefty 5,000 milliamps battery. Imagine the freedom of not having to glue yourself next to an outlet. And with 25 watts fast charging, you can juice up that battery in a jiffy. When it comes to photography, you get a quad camera setup led by a 50 megapixels main sensor. Plus, there's a headphone jack, a rarity in 2023 but still a beloved feature for many. And now, let's unveil the crown jewel of budget smartphones, the OnePlus Nord N30 5G. This isn't just a budget phone, it's practically a flagship in sheep's clothing. Let's start with the battery, a robust 5,000 milliamps unit. Paired with 50 watts fast charging, this phone's not just surviving, it's thriving all day long. The screen is also a show stealer with a 120 Hz refresh rate. Whether you're gaming or watching videos, everything looks smoother. The animations, the transitions, it all flows like a river of visual butter. The OnePlus Nord N30 also dazzles in the audio department. Stereo speakers with an audio boosting feature make your gaming and video watching sessions not just a feast for the eyes, but also for the ears. As for the camera, it boasts a 108 megapixels main sensor. While it's true that megapixels aren't everything, having that many in a budget phone makes you feel like you're getting away with something, doesn't it? However, let's not overlook the software. While it may not promise a gazillion updates, you're still getting the latest and greatest right out of the box. I'm talking about features you'd expect to pay quite a bit more for, all wrapped up in a package that's less than $300. Alright folks, there you have it. The best budget smartphones under $300 for 2023. No need to empty your pockets to get your hands on something amazing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more top-notch content. Check the links in the description to find out more about these pocket-friendly powerhouses. Until next time, stay savvy and stay connected.